Welcome to Success Superstars, your place for inspiration and the blueprint of success for peak performers just like you. Episode 201, and my special guest, Mark from Landis. Mark, welcome.
Hey, Mark. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's the Mark and Mark Show.
Yeah, that's it. M&M.
M&M. So do you have a favorite color of M&Ms?
I always go red.
Oh, you always red. Yeah, good.
I'm a basic guy. What can I say?
Yeah, there you go. Well, so first of all, tell us a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about Landis.
Yeah. So, it's funny. I joined the real estate industry about 4 months ago, and largely my background has always been in startups and technology companies. And for the past 6 years prior, I was at a cybersecurity company. And, I remember one time we were at a conference and we were sitting in the room with an FBI agent who was helping us collaborate on what ended up being the largest collaborative takedown in the history of the cyber division of the FBI. And we were sitting in the conference room and we're having a meeting, and one of a client was coming in, and she introduced herself and said, "From the FBI." And I said, for the rest of my career, I really need to be doing much more meaningful things. Mm-hmm. And it just opened up my eyes to the world of like how many cool things there are to do out there. And to me, industry means nothing, and it's all about creating meaning in my own life. And I have 2 young kids under the age of 2. And so I started looking at different companies that were out there. Everyone says they're a social mission-based company and mission-based company, and trying to find like the authenticity behind it. Mm-hmm. And like what's real out there is really hard. And then I found Landis, who was helping folks, create home ownership for people that are unqualified for mortgages today. And I found it this fascinating world, especially in this real estate boom we're in, where the wealth gap is larger than ever, and homeowners are 40 times more wealthy than renters.
Right.
So it was an amazing thing, and so I ended up here as the head of sales, and I'm loving every second of it.
Yeah. And as market conditions make it even harder and harder for the entry-level buyer to get in, your solution is even more important. Now, is it more than just rent to own? Is Landis bigger than rent to own, or is rent to own just one component?
It's so funny. The word rent to own is has such a bad name in the marketplace. And essentially what we're trying to do is to restore the credibility behind it with actual merits to like why to restore the credibility. And so what we're doing is much more than just sort of buying a house for someone, giving them rent, and they buy it back from us. There is a whole financial coaching aspect of it, of helping people understand, like, how do you become qualified for a mortgage? What are the steps you need to take? And that's via one-to-one coaching as well as a financial coaching app. And that's sort of the secret sauce behind it all, because if you can't do that, then are you actually creating home ownership? And for us, that's our success rate is what percentage of people graduate and become homeowners. And for us, that's 80%, which is phenomenal.
That is phenomenal. And we know the long-term benefits of being a homeowner, not only in wealth creation, but what it does to families and communities and schools, their stability. And I'm sure you have research on the long-term impact, not only of the family, but the community of home ownership.
That's right. And we are the technology company that builds communities. And that wealth gap that we talked about of like what are all the things that home ownership does for a family? Well, it creates generational wealth. It creates stability. It ends this endless cycle of renting. And there's 35 million renters in the U.S. today, and a lot of them want to become homeowners, but they just don't have either the means, the knowledge. And it's so funny. We'll do like a home ownership workshop for clients at times, and so many people don't even know this option's available. So it's about market, sort of awareness and education, and going to these communities directly and speaking to folks and just educating them that, look, this is a possibility. Like, you don't have to keep renting, and that's sort of the part that really brings joy to our team.
Well, where can agents and broker owners and others and our mortgage professionals that are out there looking for solutions, can they just simply go to the website and get educated?
Yeah, Landis.com is our website, but also, partners at Landis.com is our general area if you want to learn more. or I'll give you my personal email of Mark at Landis. This is meaningful to me, and we're always willing to help and to talk to people and educate them on the program as best we can.
Yeah, and it's going to be even more and more important as we go into the next few years to help folks find a pathway to home ownership. There is a path, and Landis is one of those solutions.
Yeah, that's right. And just giving people the options and creating the awareness is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
And for us, like, we don't need to be the only winner in the home ownership sort of race, if you would. There's other companies out there, and we hope that they succeed as well, because this is what's meaningful to us.
Yeah.
And we want to continue to sort of drive this mission forward. And the more folks that create home ownership, and the more companies out there that are doing meaningful things in the right ways, all the power to them, and we'll cheer them on as well.
Yeah, the market is so transparent. People sniff it out if it's not transparent, and authentic. Now, the title of our success show here is Success Superstars, and obviously part of your success is being aligned with a company that has your vision, has your values, and makes a difference in the world. What else would you want to share with our sales professionals about success in this industry and in this profession?
Yeah, I think, the ways that I've found success is just it's staying so well structured, process driven, and just keeping reminding myself of what we're doing on a daily basis. In the world of startups, there's an endless amount of things to do. And, there's the old saying that more companies die of indigestion than they do of actual starvation, because there's an endless amount of things that people can do with their time. So things like time prioritization. What are we doing on a weekly basis? Reminding yourself, setting OKRs for yourself. What are you actually driving towards? And those process and detail oriented sort of nature is, I think, what really, makes myself especially successful in a world of startups.
Right.
But when I see people get lost, oftentimes it's because they're not sort of well structured in their goals and their processes, because there's just too many things to do, and you could just go off track so quickly.
Yeah, totally. Now, it doesn't come naturally to gifted salespeople who are excellent at what they do. They're typically not gifted with system, structure, and process. Now, there's a few rare of us that have that, but most of us don't. How do you overcome that? How have you seen others overcome that? Is that using a system, delegation, surrounding yourself with others who complement, your strengths?
Yeah, it's so funny. A large part of my job is interviewing folks all day long, and the questions always asked, like, oh, tell me some of your strengths, or what is your strength? And over 50% of the time, someone says they're a relationship builder, and that's great. But what else? Because you can build relationships, but people in today's age, they're searching for value. They're searching for like a deeper understanding of what you're actually bringing to them, because there's a million ways to create relationships in this world today, especially through the metaverse and social platforms. And they're not searching for that necessarily always in the work world anymore. So that's really important. But what I do for all of our team, and we're working on them now, is we set quarterly OKRs and then break them down by on a monthly basis. And what are some of the stretch things that you actually want to accomplish? What are the specific tasks that you have to do on a weekly basis, and really just breaking it down into much more micro objectives, and making sure we follow through, we track them, but also share and collaborate, because there's so many things that people want to do, but why not use the learnings of others? Setting up good team cultures where the proper sharing and learning off of data is being made.
Yeah.
Like, that's how we're successful on a much larger scale.
Yeah, love it. Well, there we go. Well, check it out at the website. How do they check out the website again?
Landis.com. And then if you want to email us, partners@landis.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
There you go. Well, that's our episode number 201 of Success Superstars. Until we see you again, may your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears. Take care.